So I thru hiked New Zealand's South Island on the Te Araroa, and I'd love to share the gear I used, what I got, what I took with me, what I liked, what was really unnecessary, and maybe you get inspired to see what you want to take with you. So let's start with the biggest piece. So there's the backpacks. I'm a nerd. I made like a whole Excel sheet comparing like what the bags had, like the hip pockets and the pockets on the thingies. I don't remember the English name for it. And the price for it, the weight, blah blah blah. And I shared that on my Instagram. And then this brand, Hyberg, reached out to me and I got the backpack cheaper. So with that getting cheaper and like color graded and all like full on nerd. When that got cheaper because I got a discount, I went to my spot one, so I was like, sweet, I got a backpack now. So I got this backpack. It's like, I think it's 480 grams, and yeah, I think it's like 40 liters, and it was great. I liked it a lot. It has no frame, and I haven't been through hiking or much backpacking before because I'm from the mountains, so I don't really have to sleep there. I could always go home, so why would I do that? So yeah, that was my first time, so I had to learn a lot. And yeah, that was my backpack, and I still use it a lot. I like it a lot, but you really have to plan on how to pack it. And if you take a backpack that light, everything else has to be super light. And I tried to do it kind of light, but I also had a lot of stuff already, so I don't want to buy new stuff. It's like part of the way I think, like I use it till it's done. Like this backpack like smells so bad, and I washed it many times already. But I'm still using it because it's great. It has like these big pockets here. Like I always had like a tent on one side and then the water on the other side. And yeah, that's like this big pocket here, more straps here. I have my mattress up here, and one bag was for like head torch and all that kind of like my pocket knife and stuff that I really needed on hand, as like also like my spoon. It always had like, it all had its spots in this backpack, and it was great because I never lost anything. I actually never lost anything. One side, I think it was the left one, was just for snacks, and it's huge. Like it was always full. It was full of snacks. Snacks brought me through the day. And yep, that was my backpack. And then I also had a matching fanny pack for the front. So I had my, totally overkill, but I loved it because I'm one of those readers. I have my ebook reader, let's call it like that, in here, and I think some more snacks and my sunnies. Yeah, that was like in the front, like so. And then I had a tripod in here. My Garmin was just here, always reachable. And then I had one of those water bowls, which I'll show you soon, in here. And I was all sorted during the day. So that's my backpack. And then for sleeping, I had, and I still have, a sleeping bag. And I'm a freaking cold sleeper. I hate being cold. As soon as I'm too cold, I can't sleep, no chance. So, and I've been in New Zealand before, and I was freezing most of the time because my sleeping bag wasn't warm enough. So I got myself a very warm one. Bit overkill, but it was cozy. And it's the Earthrise 600 from Mountain Equipment. And I love this sleeping bag. Like, I even used it for winter hikes in New Zealand. And also, hiking in summer in New Zealand doesn't, like, it's hot. It's crazy hot during the day. Like, your brain gets fried. But during the night, stuff still freezes. Like, it gets so cold during the night. If you sleep in a tent, you kind of need it. In the hut, I was sweating. It was way too hot. I kind of had to like get into the groove, and I just at some point just realized I zipped it open all the way. I was just laying on my mattress and used it as like a blanket. And I'd love to have like a quilt, but I didn't, so that was that, and I loved it. It just took a lot of space. I had this with all the extra clothes, like my down jacket. I only used it as a pillow and for the evenings. I think it was just one morning where we did a sunrise hike where I was wearing that actually while hiking. Otherwise, it was always just in here, safe with my sleeping bag and my night clothes, or camp clothes, however you want to call it. Yeah, so it's like 100% sure that it's dry. It might be a little overkill because I also had a pack liner. Yeah, nice sound. Not when you pack that in a hut and you don't want to disturb anyone else. It's like being in a cinema and someone's trying to eat very quietly, like chips are opening a bag of gummy bears, and everyone hears it and everyone's like, get that done, and you're trying to do it like very quietly, and it's just not possible. But yeah, it's great. So I use that liner. In addition, I use that, so it's like double trouble, but it can be a lot of rain and wet in New Zealand. So I was like, better be safe than sorry. I might do that differently next time, wherever the next thru-hike is going to be. And yeah, so I was in a sleeping bag. And mattress at one of those, how do you call it, like harmonic style foam mattresses, and I'm a back sleeper. So I'm like, I look like Dracula when I sleep. It's like, and so I don't need any fancy blow-up mattress, and in the end I was actually quite happy in just having like this chunky but lightweight mattress that couldn't really get destroyed, because nearly all of the people I hiked with, they all ended up sleeping on the bare floor because all of their mattresses got destroyed. And I didn't have a tent because I was like, yeah, I'm going to sleep in huts anyway. And then I was like thinking when I was in New Zealand, like if the hut's full, I need a tent. Yeah, who guessed that? So last minute, I kind of bought like one of those hiking pole tents, and it was on sale. So I got it for 200 New Zealand dollars, which was like 100 euros. It was fine, like it was still 1.5 kilos for one person tent, but it was roomy. And I was very lucky that I actually never rained when I was sleeping in my tent. I never had to use the fly, or like I used it every now and then, but like it wasn't necessary. So many times I didn't. It wasn't a good tent, but it did its job. And you definitely need a mozzie net in New Zealand because you have sandflies and they are horrific and they bite you and you're bleeding and it's so painful and you get swollen and it's like, it's not nice. And they're millions. You have no chance. They even bite through your clothes. And next were my hiking poles. So I decided to get the aluminium ones. I know they're quite heavy. They're like black diamond ones, but they're durable. I have like my gaffer tape here, and yep, love them. I use them every day. They save my knees. Great poles, and for the tent, obviously. And as shoes, I was wearing Hoka sandals. I wore them for all of the South Island, so it's like 1,500 kilometers, and it's like 5 to 100 river crossings a day, and great shoes. God, I love them. Can't find them anymore, except for really ugly colors, and I'm a bit into like style. Like I'm a hipster. Like look at me. Can't deny it. Yeah, so those were my Hokas. And then I was for camp, and I also hiked in those, like Xero shoes, and they're actually fairly heavy for what they look like, but they're super durable and so nice to wear. Like as I said, I did many kilometers on those too, because I was wearing in gingies. It's great because your toes are separated anyways. Love them. And let me introduce to you Eric to take care of, especially your feet. And everyone loved Eric. Great companion, Eric. It's like New Zealand's raining a lot, but it's also warm, so I don't want to get too sweaty like rain pants. Never owned rain pants before, so I was like, I might just make a rain skirt. And it's pretty cool. Like, I still love the design of my Souvenirs rain skirt. And you like slip in the back, and it looked freaking cool. But I used it twice on like 53 days, so pretty unnecessary thing. If it's raining, like even the creeks are high and you have to go through water that goes up to your knees and then it splashes all the way up. You get wet, get used to it, and just keep on walking so you stay warm. Yeah, so really unnecessary. But I love my raincoat. I most of the time used it because it was windy, so it was a great windshield. And it's from Houdini, the shelter jacket. So it's huge and it's heavy, but it's so durable. In New Zealand, you have so much bush, thorny stuff everywhere. So the thin jackets will get ripped super easy. You want to have kind of something durable, and like really so many thorns everywhere, like your legs get destroyed. But you're not doing it for having nice legs, do we? So yeah, that was my raincoat, and I still use it a lot, and I love it. And it's so long, so your butt doesn't get wet. I hate it when you're like, raincoat is just like in the middle of your butt and then all the rain just runs down. That, oh, horrible. Why would you do that? Get a long enough raincoat. And cooking. So I still had like the stove. It's called Fire Maple. I don't know, it's a brand, you know, one knows. I know. So pretty basic stove. And I still had the gas mate. It's pretty heavy, but I still had it, so I was like, yeah, I might also use it. It's like, there's some salt and pepper still in there, still from New Zealand. Yeah, so that was my stove, and it worked well. I had hot meals every evening. I had mostly Reddix. It's like a New Zealand brand and very high nutritional value. It's expensive, but I ordered it beforehand in bulk, so it was a lot cheaper. And as you have to send yourself the food packages on the South Island, because you just don't get into towns, or you have to hitchhike into town and get stuff. But if you're like me, you're like vegetarian, or if you're vegan, you really have to think it through, because New Zealand's not very vegan friendly or vegetarian friendly. It's very meat based. And if you want to get your proteins and your iron and stuff, you have to think through the food you'll take with you. So hot food once a day, and I also started walking. I had like a bar. I didn't really have breakfast. I'm not a breakfast person. After like 1 or 2 hours of walking, had hot coffee. That did the job for me. And my coffee mug, I don't know, I'm a slow coffee drinker, and that's why I need like a thermos mug. It's from Montbell. It's super light and it's so cute. And yep, coffee stayed hot for long enough. Water-wise, the good thing in New Zealand is that you cross rivers like minimum 5 times a day, so you don't really have to do any big water carries. Like I always had this one filled. It's the Katadun Be Free. Most of you might know it. I love that filter. I used like one whole filter and then that one for like the last bits. So filtered quite a lot. It gets very hard to filter through at the end of it, so you know you can't use it anymore. And then I had always this one filled in the side pocket. And this one, I only carry like water in it 3 or 4 times, but I think it's always good to have. And thinking about, I had like 4 or 5 days of rain on the whole trail, but you always keep crossing rivers. And I still had enough water, so I didn't have to like carry a lot of water. It's like a great trail. Yeah, it's just such a nice trail. Oh yeah, and then my spoon. I call it the Corby spoon because on day 3 on trail, I had like one of those sporks thingies, and it broke. So I met Corby and he was like, oh, I have an extra spoon, you want to have it? And so that's my Corby spoon. I even like engraved it. It's not a super lightweight spoon, but it's a great spoon, did its job. And yeah, a pocket knife. I once got it like many years ago from my dad for my birthday, so it's also like a lucky charm. Then for electronics, I had my hand torch, my Garmin InReach Mini, my power bank. As you don't have reception 95% of the time, you will not use your phone except for photos and videos, and you have it on flight mode. So I never had to, like, I used it, but it never was low. Like, it held up so much. It's the Anchor something. I love sketching, so I brought a sketchbook, and yeah. Let's go Pass Up. That's like after over 100 river crossings in one day. I was pretty cooked. And yeah, a lot of planning in the bag, like where to send the food and stuff. And yeah, I had a few pencils, not just one. Yeah, definitely not lightweight. Yeah, then poop shovel. I can't believe how few people brought a poop shovel. Sure, you have long drops in New Zealand at every hut, but most people, when they start walking after like half an hour, it all gets moving, and you're not at a toilet, and please bury your poop. And what else do we have? What haven't I talked about? Sorry to interrupt, I just realized that I forgot to add that I brought a first aid kit. It's from Adventure Medicals. It was the waterproof lightweight one, 0.5 something. I just put it here. And I added in one of those emergency blankets, and I also brought those basic Apple headphones because I fall asleep easier when I listen to audiobooks in huts when people are snoring or rattling around. Yes, clothes. So, in hindsight, I had too much, but let's get through it. So I was wearing, first of all, during the day I was wearing like my skirt from Houdini. As the shorts in the skirt are like super short, I was wearing like longer shorts underneath. Then I had my merino shirt, and because the sun was coming down a lot and you can't apply enough sunscreen in New Zealand, you know, ozone hole and stuff. It's heavy there. So I was wearing like a super thin merino shirt. I also had like linen, like super thin linen shirt. I had it for decades already. And it was like, it already had so many holes. I was wearing that a lot too, but I don't have it anymore. So that's what I mean, it's too much. But hey, I had it. Every day I was wearing this because of the strong sun in New Zealand. And when it got colder, I had my North Face, well, I don't even know what it's called, like, it's the Summit series, like that funny, like, fleece thingy, and I love it. It's like still one of my favorite gear things, fabrics, clothes, items I ever owned. It's fantastic. It's super lightweight, it's so warm. I love the hood. Like, I was wearing this and then the hood on top, and it was like super windy. Wind in New Zealand can get crazy, especially on the tops, like really crazy. Like people falling over, strong winds, and that was just game changer. I didn't have a beanie, I didn't have gloves, but I had that. And yeah, the sleeves are very long and you have like these little thingies. I also had 3 merino undies. I was wearing mine gingies and 90% of the time, and every now and then I was wearing like this like merino socks, just basic socks, but only every now and then. I love my gingies. And for sleeping I had a pair of leggings and also merino long sleeve and thicker merino socks. And if something got broke, I always had like this little sewing kit with me. Yeah, traveling sewing kit. Nothing new to say about that. And yeah, my sunnies. Many thought they were overkill, but New Zealand sun is very strong, and I actually ended up lending it to a friend while we were hiking because he broke his sunnies, and I have contact lenses which are kind of good against UV and stuff. And I had my cappy, so I was like, you take it. But the sand and the underground is very bright too, so it's like super, super bright. And those are just like, and you like, you know, you get super fast with them. Like, yeah. Yeah. I love them. They're overkill. They take up a lot of space, but God, they're so good. Even if it's like crazy windy, you just put them on. It's like windshield. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, that's my puffer. I had it since many years, many years. Definitely has to get into the washing soon, because God, I'm surprised it's not smelly. Maybe I don't even smell it anymore. But no, it's good. Yep, it's great puffer. And I don't know. Oh yeah, towel. Yeah. I also had like, so I used one of those buffs for the dishes and also around the neck. And I had one of those little bandanas. I still have it, but it's not here. And it's really like, you get very sunburned on the neck if it's not like really, really bad. Like it felt like raw flesh in my neck at some point. And then I started wearing that all the time, and then it was good. But yeah, you have to be so careful with the sun in New Zealand. And I had a teeny tiny towel. That was my towel. It was kind of that size. It wasn't that one because I threw it out. Because I forgot this one. So I had to buy one in New Zealand, and I couldn't find a small one, so I bought a bigger one and cut it into a third. But yeah, at some point it just tore apart, so that's why I don't have it anymore. I think that was my gear. So there's one more thing I totally forgot about. I'm a geologist, so I was carrying rocks. So this is my jar. So I found like this nice wood piece, and then like nice greenstone, like these are nice best greenstone, and like different like schists, and God, it's so nice. I have so many rocks. Yeah, so I was carrying rocks. Also in my hip pockets. At some point they were full. Sometimes I found such nice rocks, but they were a bit big. Like one was like proper big. It was like that big, but it was lilac. It was so pretty. So, and Julia, she was like, Helena, like that really is overkill. I was like, I know. So I was like, I carry it just for a bit. So I was carrying it in my hands and like just admiring it because it was so pretty. So I was carrying it for an hour or something. And then I had to put it away and said, bye, and thank you, you're so pretty. And yeah, I'm Helena, and this is
Bergkind.
I hope you liked it. And if you did, maybe consider subscribing, that'd be great. Nice feedback. And yeah, I hope I see you soon, or you see me, because I can't see you. Yeah. I hope you see me soon in another video. I thought about making one about food and yeah, in general, how to plan for Te Araroa. Yeah. And now I'm going to show you my favorite of the rocks, because it's so pretty. You see it? Like, can you see that? And it's so soft. It's so nice. Okay, bye.